Hey, it's Taylen. Today is December 28th, 2018.
Hey, it's Taylen, and today is December 28th, 2019.
Hey, Taylen.
It's Taylen, and today is December 28th, 2020.
Hi, Taylen. It's Taylen, and today is December 28th, 2021.
How old are you? I'm currently 18 years old.
I'm currently 19. 20. I don't feel like 20, but now I'm doing great that in my brain that I am 20 years old.
I'm 21. I don't necessarily feel like 21. Maybe it's just because throughout the whole pandemic, I was at home and I didn't have anyone to say, or I didn't really say hey, I'm 20. So now saying, oh, I'm 21 is very weird. Very weird indeed. So here's to adulting, I guess. Woohoo!
I wanted to do this as a good self-reflection for the future, and I think just looking back on my thoughts now and how a lot can change over the year, and I think wherever I stand in the time that you're watching this, you can reflect on how I feel currently and improve on and taking perspective of what you've thought right now and what you can build on for when you're older, right? So
originally when I started this, I wanted to not only did I want to reflect on how I would develop and grow as a person for the future, but even now I didn't even see it coming, but how I changed as a person through a pandemic. And none of it's crazy because no one saw it coming, but yet I managed to capture that anyways, and how much it affected me and how it affected everyone else. I think just showing how much a pandemic affected everyone. It's been a long, almost 2 years now, and I think even the footage, the contrast of how I answered these questions last year from the year before that, I don't really think I need an explanation to say that 2019 was great, and then it just kind of went downhill from there. And 2019 was a year where I was building myself up again, but I think with the lack of, social interaction and just staying at home the whole time, I don't think that really helped anyone really, but I think for myself it just kind of made things go back to kind of how I was before, and things were getting a lot worse. And that's why I think this year was really great for me, because I was able to figure out what I had to do to kind of take myself out of that. So yeah, I don't even know how to put that in the video, but I think it's just crazy to see how much a pandemic affected me, and kind of reflect on how it's affected everyone else, and that we're not alone, and I know we still have a long way to go. Who knows when it's gonna end, but we're in this together. So,
what's the weather like? Right now, it is currently raining. It's Vancouver. And did it snow this year? No. Global warming, what the heck? Hopefully it snows in the future, but who knows where global warming is going to be at, so.
It's pretty gloomy today. It's nice lighting to record this, so I was able to get a nice background, I guess.
It's been 9 months, and I haven't left home. The weather is currently cloudy. It snowed a little bit earlier in the week. Very little bit of snow. Nothing too exciting.
Currently, it was really sunny before, hence this is the third time I'm filming this, because the lighting keeps changing. But there's a lot of snow right now, or more than normal. I know I said before, I was it didn't snow and global warming. But finally, it did snow this year, and we had a white Christmas, and it was really wonderful. And back to global warming, yeah, I don't really know what was coming. Like this year, we had forest fires, we had 42-degree weather. In the summer, we had floods, and currently right now there's a record's getting broken for how cold it is. It was like -13, something like that. Anyways, so 2018 Taylen, get ready for some wild weather that's coming, because global warming it's definitely getting worse. So get ready.
Still taking photos? I mean, I kind of am. I'm kind of like, I'm still stuck in in an artist block right now. Hopefully with my new courses and stuff in the new year, I can get back on the bandwagon again with doing more art, but I've kind of been like stuck right now with trying to figure that out. And I think just putting more time for myself to kind of figure out what I want to do with my art, and like I've still kind of been in an artist block lately, and even like getting out to take photos as well too. It can be hard sometimes. But I recently got a new film camera. Well, it's not really new, but I got a film camera, and even moving towards that transition of moving for a different medium has kind of got me back into the swing of things, and to even try something different. It's been really interesting to see even like creatively where my mind's at with like how I want to take photos now. So I've been finding that's been really helpful with changing that medium over, but still doing digital when I want to. Still taking photos whenever I can take photos, because most of the time I'm stuck in my house now, but I'm finding other ways to make up for it, such as taking photos of myself or taking photos of other people, and or events that I happen to just go to when I can.
I didn't take a lot of photos this year, probably just because I've been really busy. But I do want to get back into it in the new year and just keep being consistent with making content. I got a new camera this year, and actually got technically 2 new cameras because I traded my other one. But hopefully that gives me incentive to make new content in the new year and just kind of stick with it. Because I really do enjoy taking photos. I just want to make cool content, so I hope to do a lot more of that in the new year and to keep up with it that way. I wouldn't say I'm so much in a writer's block anymore. I think I just needed personal growth and development to kind of figure out what I want to do first, and just kind of figure things out before I jump into my creative side. So I think with this year growing a lot, then I think next year I'll be able to release more content, pull cool things out. So yeah, I think the idea of just making more content and just explore these other mediums that I've kind of like moved away from. I used to do a lot of drawing and visual art when I was younger. I did a lot of music as well. Fun fact, I played piano for like 10 years, and then I played guitar, learned on my own in my teens. And then just kind of like dabbled in different instruments here and there, whether it be like percussion, ukulele, mandolin. So I kind of just want to get back into doing that, because I really just kind of stopped. And I dabbled in songwriting a bit as well, and kind of started that when I was 13, and just kind of have like a whole bunch of stuff that I've written over the years. So I kind of just want to do something with that. I kind of put it together and make something out of it. So we'll see, maybe EP 2022 or some kind of music content. So I'll explore what I want to do with that. But yeah, that'll be fun. I think just kind of exploring those again that I've kind of like moved away from, but I do enjoy making content out of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that'll be fun and be good.
I think I want to try again more portrait photography. That'd be really cool. And even just working with like black and white imagery, even trying out that film camera that you found. I think film would be pretty cool. I don't know, I think just like the only way I can grow with my work and with anything is with change. I think just trying to find that motivation once again, because I kind of lost it. So
I found my motivation once again. I take film photos now, so
hopefully in the new year I can find it once again.
I did. I think part of what I want to explore with my work is not sticking to the typical like switching it up a bit, like doing something like other people haven't done before, whether it be a style or like even like something like I haven't done. I think just trying out new methods and something to switch it up that's not like typical. Capturing moments in their current states and not posing photos. It doesn't even have to be people. It can be events. It can be like the world. It can be like nature. Like things don't need to be posed in order for them to like really capturing that moment. I think filmmaking too is also like captures that like photography does, so we'll see. I think by taking more film photos over the year too, I've learned to like know when to capture the moment, like in that right time, and like, you know, make it count. I want to learn how to develop my own film. That's what I want to learn.
Yeah, I took so much film, and that was kind of the learning process. And, you know, I've also ran out of film, so maybe I'll invest in some more. But it's definitely fun to work with changing that medium up. I'm glad I took on this challenge. So I haven't gone to learning how to develop my own film yet, but one day I'll learn. I'll do that. I think next is, again, exploring different mediums. We'll learn how to use Logic, and I'll learn how frequencies work, because, yeah, I don't really know about that, so we're going to explore that and try out more cool things, so, yeah. What I've been saying, part of, like, artistic growth this past year is that by doing different mediums, I'm able to I'm able to creatively challenge myself, and you do different practices with different mediums to keep up that creative sense and to not get bored of it, because it's easy to do the same thing over and over again and get bored of it. So I think that's why I do so many different things. There's just because, one, I just enjoy doing all the mediums, and two is that I know that each thing I do will creatively challenge me to do something better in a different medium. That makes sense. But yeah, just doing more work and not being afraid to show it off, I think. Building that confidence too, and just not being afraid of showing off content in your work. And I think that's what's really hard for a lot of artists, is to confidently say, like, this is what I made and I want to show it off and I'm proud of it. So yeah, I think just building up that courage to do so. And I know that's a hard thing to do. So I praise everyone who makes art and you show off your art. You're doing awesome. New year, more art. And I encourage you to make art too. So.
Biggest thing you have learned? I think the only person who's gonna make changes yourself. As hard as it is, you need like self-reflections. Again, hence why I'm making this video, and everyone's here along the way to help, love, and support you, but change does ultimately come from starting with yourself, and I think, and really building upon that self-love and self-care is so important.
I think your happiness should be the most important thing valued, because if you're not happy, then how can you make other people happy? And like, you're the only one who can change that, I guess. Another big thing you have learned, I think too, is learning how to be your own best friend. Because in the end, like, there's always some point that we're gonna be alone or just independent.
Wow,
and I
wasn't
think
wrong there.
you can't always rely on other people, and you need to put yourself first, and it's important to put yourself first.
Wow, what a lesson learned for this year.
What is the biggest thing you have learned?
Enjoy the moments while you can.
Enjoy every minute of it. Enjoy being out in public with strangers close to you, or being at a concert with people around you, listening to the same music, enjoy physical interaction with people, because online it's just not the same. Talking to a camera, talking to my laptop, not being the physical presence of having people around you, and enjoy the humanity, like humane aspects of being physically present in the moment, being in the moment, enjoying the moment while you can.
The brain is super powerful, and you need to take care of your mental health, because things can go bad so fast. These can just go bad so fast.
What are some of the biggest things that you've accomplished this year? I'm really proud that you got out of your comfort zone. You got your license this year. Thank God that took forever. You can finally drive wherever you want now. Now, next step is to get a car.
I finally got a car this year, so that's crazy. At the time, I was like, I want to get a car because I have my license now and blah blah. But at the time, I didn't really need it, so we have a car. Nice.
I made it to university. High school wasn't that bad.
I finished my portfolio, so that's kind of like a good basis well put together. I also bought a web domain too, so check out Taylen.ca. I mean, from the end of last year, I finally got a job, so I've been working with, I've been coaching for the whole year, which has been great. I finished year 1 of university and got through that, and it was pretty good. I made my first short film ever. It's about, well, it's on YouTube if you still leave it up. It's about an LGBT cute relationship about a waiter working at this cafe, and he's watching this guy come in all the time. He's all on these Tinder dates and matching with all these people, but it's just not working out. And what an experience. I made this cool project, and that's during that same period it's called Synesthetic. It's basically a program where you use your voice to make the correlation of colors and shapes, and with visuals, and bringing auditory and visual together to create something. So that was pretty cool. I finally got Logic Pro that I've been wanting forever, so I hope to learn how to make more music soon. I made a board game, and I made a video game, and I made a Minecraft server game. That was probably my favorite course of the year.
I got a new job, so that was really exciting, and I had a really fun summer. I made a mobile app this past fall. It's about mental health and just kind of reflecting on a day-to-day basis how things go. I coded my website twice. I started again a couple months ago, partly for a course, but partly because I knew I could do better. So I did it once the first time through, and then I did it again, and it was so much faster. But I finally did something. I made something from scratch in that sort of sense. Same with the app too, but I think my website, I was I made this thing, I just want to show everybody. So that was really exciting. And I think too, just kind of lately, just kind of saying I can get back into the things I used to do and not be afraid to show it off.
What have you learned about people? There's so many good and amazing people out there that you haven't found yet, and there's so much that's out there that the world has to offer with people and experiences, and what you can learn and explore, honestly, because the world's huge. There's 7 billion people out there. You can find people.
What have you learned about people? People change. People definitely change, and the only person you should rely on is yourself, okay? The only person you should rely on is yourself. I'm sorry. Everyone's on their own agenda with life, and everyone's doing their own thing. So, what have I learned about people? People are independent, doing their own thing, so the only person you have is yourself. So, you got this. People, the only people you have is yourself. But I think this year I learned the people around you is what makes life worth it. And that's why you should reach out. Because if you're lonely, it can be really lonely. What have you learned about people? You know who your true friends are. You know who aren't your true friends, I guess. You know who cares about you. You know who has themselves to worry about. But all you can do is be kind and help others when you need help. Because as much as you need it too, they might need it more. So just be that kind person.
A little goes a long way in asking someone how your day was in return of someone asking you how your day was. It's a simple question, but sometimes I feel like it doesn't get asked a lot from me, or people don't ask me a lot of that, but when I ask other people, and just even with my job, asking that, I'm able to kind of develop a conversation to kind of open up saying, yeah, how are you feeling? And are if things aren't okay, let's talk about it. There's a lot of importance in asking how someone's day is, and to return that by getting the same question back. So it's something small, but it goes a long way. Although people are busy living their own lives and doing their own thing, especially realizing in 2020 that there's not a lot of in-person connection, a lot of it's online, but transitioning back this year into doing more things in person and being with people physically in the same room as them in their presence is a completely different dynamic than sitting at home in front of a camera on your computer. There's just something about being in the same room with somebody else and that environment that builds connection that just doing it virtually online can't do. Whether that be body language or just communication, it's important not to isolate to get out there and don't isolate yourself. Whether, even if it's doing it by yourself, going to a coffee shop, going to a movie, going to a concert by yourself. I think even if you can't find someone to do things with, to just go do it, and then along the way you'll meet people, and not being afraid of the unknown. I think a big part of what I've also learned is to not be afraid of the unknown. And these what ifs of what if this happens, what if that happens, what if blah blah blah, that if that's holding you back, when that holds you back, so much chances of opportunity not necessarily are lost, but once you've gone over that part, you realize what you just might have missed out on. So not being afraid to take those chances, and even though the unknown is scary and the future itself, we don't know what's to come, but taking that chance on it, but being smart about the choices that you make.
What are some important things that you have learned? I've learned that self-love is really important, and just with finding what makes you happiness. And if you're not happy, then things are going to be harder in life. I really like this quote: you can't live a full life on an empty stomach. Just carry that with you. You miss 100% of the chances you don't take. So go out there, take your chances. The worst thing that could be said is no. You don't know how much you take for granted, and you need to enjoy every moment of it and being in the moment and present in the moment, because you might just be stuck in your house for 9 months, or who knows how long. I miss exploring and going places with people and living life and finding ways to live life when you're stuck at home.
Letting go of whatever you need to let go of is so not rewarding, but it's so relieving of how you feel afterwards, of just getting all that weight off your shoulders. I was so relieved when I did, and it takes a lot of courage and strength to do that with whatever you got going on. But doing that is so rewarding. It's just so relieving. So if you need to let go of something, I know how hard it is, but it's so relieving to do it. The people who make it apparent that they want to be in your life, or who want to be your friend, who want to be there for you, will make it known. And even if it's not super consistent, they'll reach out in the times that you need them the most. Hold on to them tightly, and yeah.
What's one piece of advice you would give to your future self? Don't let your mind follow you down too far. Reconnect with people. It's good to bring people back in your life because you don't know how it'll change for the future.
You should live the life you want to live and follow your own passion and dreams, and don't compare someone else's life to your life, because everyone's on a different path of life. So do your thing. Do your own thing. Rock your own life. Do what you want to do.
Keep your loved ones close. Tell people how much you appreciate them and how much you love them, and don't take things for granted, because time's ticking, my friend. So enjoy every moment of it while you can before it's too late and you're stuck in your house for 9 months and can't do anything fun or social anymore. So enjoy the moment while you can.
The unknown is scary, crazy, and just kind of always asking these what ifs all the time. What's to come? Like, what this happens, what that happens, what if blah blah blah. But if you spend so much time thinking about what's gonna happen, then you're not gonna appreciate what's going on in the present. And then reflecting on that later for what will be the past, you'll just realize how great it was, and how much, not that you were missing out on it at the time, but just how much more you could have enjoyed it, from instead of that moment you were so worried about what's to come, but rather that moment was the moment to remember. So live in the moment, don't think about what's to come, and just live to live and exist and enjoy it while you're living in that moment. Because yeah, and then you'll reflect back and then just realize how awesome it was, that you had a good time. So yeah. Okay, I think that's all I need to record, but yeah, if I haven't seen you in a while, hit me up. Let's talk, and yeah, I hope you're all okay and doing well. So I'll see you. Bye.